You! What are you doing here?
I was in the neighborhood.
Out now.
You feeling right, man?
You should get out of here. This place is bad news. Pardon me.
Huh? All right. Killing time. Still laughing. Whee! Someone let the nut jobs out. Listen to some music. Look at that.
It is quite peculiar, the happenings I've been made to witness to my supernatural conjecture. I am thinking of one unfortunate phenomenon in particular, of unique interest to my station,
Oh, look at the strange shit.
both as a professional and as a sufferer of this vampiric condition. It seems the stream of time has begun to erode the moorings of my chosen course of study, for the methodologies that gave birth to psychology are slowly disappearing. I find myself in an era that overlooks the physical component of psychological pathology time and again in favor of the sophistic practices of Freud. Phrenology, dactopintilism, and the rest of the old guard has fallen by the wayside, its champions all silenced in death, with my unique exception. Would that I could make my voice heard again, although it may be suspicious should I return to popular medical discourse 50 years after my apparent death. No, better that I continue my studies into the psychoses in secret. One day, may I hold up my own cure as validation of the methods. I am confident no cure for my condition, or that of my beloved wife, lies within our figurative minds, waiting to be unlocked by the correct combination of memories recovered from our childhoods. And I'm most certain it has nothing to do with the relationship between myself, my parents, and my genitals. Sorry, Sigmund, but I choose to stay my course. In time, too, may your star fade and disappear. Another unfortunate casualty to tide of time, insane asylums. I lament their loss not only as brokerage houses for the breadth and depth of human psychoses, but also I shall mourn the disappearance of that peculiar environment present only in an insane asylum. That palpable atmosphere of blistered brains and churning bowels, the odoriferous melange of freely flowing bodily humors, that gently rolling cacophony of distant sobs and screams, the muttered cursing at perceived enemies, and the blissful gurgling of the lobotomized, like a newborn babe discovering the sky. I shall still contemplate subjects, as I find bloody sustenance in the night, but this planet, I fear, may never be. Often I reflect with great regret on the missed opportunity that was my infector. Had I been conscious after the attack, I could have stopped the orderlies from locking her in the roaming pen. What I would give for just one interview, a few simple questions of the plague-ridden woman who met her end that dawn. Of course, there is no guarantee she would have been any more helpful than my current crop of test subjects, mewling wretches. Few could be called enthusiastic. Given the nature of the tests, I cannot expect the same fervor from all, but a modicum of cooperation would be appreciated. Animals. The one called John went so far as to gnaw off his arm and escape into the floorboards like some feral rodent. I still hear him scurrying about at night. He must be making an atrocious mess in there. My studies proceed at a languid pace. I'm mired in a foul ennui as my wife's illness advances. My subjects grow restless without proper supervision, but I cannot pull myself back from this black depression. How many nights I've wasted now, gazing from the tower walk, pondering the frailty of existence.
Open fucking door.
After decades of solitary study into this affliction, I have learned that it is by no means mine alone. Indeed, the city is home to an entire society of similarly afflicted individuals with whom I've only recently made contact. They are an understandably standoffish sort, by and large, but I have been able to confirm with them that the condition is indeed vampirism, which apparently comes in a multitude of strains, each with a spectacular set of symptoms such as invisibility and even a sort of lycanthropy. Through numerous official interactions with the governing body of this secret society, I have concluded that their fundamental understanding of the vampiric condition is woefully lacking and mired in suspicion and pseudo-religious dogma that would make a Turk balk for its strictures. Indeed, they seemed impressed with my studies and the eloquence with which I was able to present them. Apparently, the typical sufferer of my particular strain of vampirism is far from the vanguard of the King's English. So impressed were they that they even offered me an office in their government, a rather high office by the sound of things. I believe I shall accept. If nothing else, it should provide a lofty vantage point from which to observe the breadth and epidemiology of the affliction, so that I may move more expeditiously toward a cure. I have accepted the role of Primogen for Clan Malkavian, the dreadfully winsome label applied to the particular strain of vampirism I suffer, so named for some supposed vampire father figure of old, or poppycock grown from a backward culture that seems interminably drawn to children's tales and the fiction of Victorian romance, when it should concern itself with the science behind their suffering. No matter, for I have taken this office for no greater reason than to advance my research. I must make mention, however, that even among my would-be peers in this governing body of vampires, the level of paranoia and superstition is frightening. Their intelligence is not the question, no, indeed. As they courted me for this appointment, I had to suspect that their overtures were hand-tailored to what must be my obvious infatuation with reason, for the devil would do well to have such honey-tongued tempters. Even so, I could not help but notice the dressing of language these vampire leaders chose for their siren song. Whether it is born of habit, from addressing their unwashed, ill-educated subjects, or from their own deep-seated beliefs, their linguistic flourishes belie a faith in superstition over the providence. As I expand my dealings with the vampire government, I have encountered a disturbing new symptom of this affliction. Frequently, in conversation, I will hear voices emanating from other vampires, voices that are not their own, but which seem to have insight into their lives beyond what I could gather from simple conversation. These voices seem to echo from deep within my fellow vampires, and I cannot be certain if this symptom belongs to my strain of the illness or theirs, for the voices are various and inconsistent. I dare not mention this symptom to my vampiric peers, for they have
proven themselves too predators for my loath to reveal any sign of weakness. Indeed, these voices have counseled me against confessing their presence, and until I can confirm their source, I will listen. The information the voices have given me ranges from curious to frightening. The latter case is especially true of one powerful vampire whose name I shall not commit to recording in the interests of self-preservation.
Right?
Stop right there.
No. Randall! I cannot snack on you, Randall. Hospital guy. Oh, this house. I love this house. It's so nice. Look, all the happy dolls. Oh, hello! Thank you, thank you. I'm here. I'm gonna leave now. Hi. Hello. How are you? Nice to meet you. I'm supposed to do anything. Am I supposed to click something here? It's a clock. Okay, screw it. Bye. No. Goodbye. Oh. Alright. Oh, hello! You scared me. Oh, Shepherd. 5 minutes dog dies in an accident. Burned car crashed into Hollywood Hills today. Okay, that's Suckaroo. Yes. Right.
I am no longer safe. I know it. The voices have proven themselves authentic, and I have withdrawn from the Vampire Society entirely. My absence will no doubt draw attention, but I could no longer hold my fragile composure around the ravenous eyes of my vampire peers, especially not around him. The voices compelled me to make what I fear is a Faustian bargain, for their demands are constant and merciless. I have secluded myself within the mansion. I know he will strike out at me. He will go to any length to achieve his ambitions, and he knows it, I know. I have taken precautions to protect my beloved wife. Her cure will have to wait until our immediate safety is guaranteed. The mansion was constructed with security in mind, but at that time I was not privy to the full range of vampire capabilities. The voices echo in the twisted corridors of my psyche, dark whisperings of a macabre and formless menace, the approach of which portends an end to all of this.
I'm not Grout, he's dead.
Grout is dead? Pity it could not be by my hand. No matter. Soon your self-made kings and false prophets and all who bear the mark of the beast will be washed from the earth for the coming of the Lord.
Who the hell are you?
As you burn, tell them it was Grünfeld Bach who sent your damned soul to that lake of fire. All agents of Satan shall return to whence they came. Let this righteous display serve as a promise to all who serve the archfiend Lacroix. I'm coming for you, Lacroix. By the power of the Lord, I will cleanse your black soul.
Yeah, whatever. To go. I can't do it. This part. The fuck? Run. Ow! I cannot see much. Okay, let's...
Did you find your missing Malkavian?
I found his ash, and the real problem, I think Knight did it.
Beg your pardon?
I think Knight killed Malkavian, I saw him there.
Ah, bullshit, man. You think you saw knives.
And that's just what it looked like. I don't know.
This is a total smear job. LaCroix can't meet Nines head on, so this is how he's gonna shank him.
That's probably it.
LaCroix ain't gonna make friends on the street with these rules. Underhanded shit like that catches up to you. Usually gets paid back in creative and painful ways. Stake you with your own femur, that kind of thing.
I'm supposed to go back to LaCroix. He wants to know about the primitive.
You do what you gotta do.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
Say what?
I guess... Never mind. Where's Nines?
You went to go look into something. Why?
I think Nines may have killed us, Grout, the Malkavian prison. Malkavian prison was killed and I saw Nines leaving the scene.
Yo, that's bullshit. I don't know if you were put up to this or what, but you best not be saying that shit too loud. I know what he's out doing, and it doesn't have anything to do with the Camarilla. They're not our only concern, you know.
I want to believe, but I know what I saw. You see ya. Oh, shit.
Heard anything?
I'll let you know. Yeah, well, I saw your friend leave the scene of a murder.
Evening there. Something burning? Ooh, smells like someone burnt the burgers. Sure, I'll open her up for you. Jeez, I could go for one of them double-spaced burgers with the onions and the cheese and some bacon and a guacamole. Ooh.
Thanks.
The Primogens still haven't been contacted by Grout. I thought I made it clear that you were not supposed to come back until we had heard from him.
First of all, Grout doesn't exist.
Grout's dead! What?
And, yes. Second, I almost died in a fire caused by Priest Bach.
Bach! Every time I think he's lost the scent. So, Bach killed Grout to draw me out.
Seemed like Grout was already dead when he arrived.
Bach is a hunter. They stalk and kill our kind to appease their god. But like many mortals, their so-called faith is nothing but a conduit through which they quench their killing urge. Who else would have killed Grout?
On the way in, Asane Rodriguez went out. No! God damn it!
Bach! Bach is a hunter. Look at me. Are you sure it was Nines Rodriguez? Because if it was, the consequences... Do you know where this might lead? Do you really have any idea? Don't speak, don't act, don't presume ever on my behalf. You haven't the slightest sense of my accountability. It means... Under most circumstances, I would call a blood hunt on the murderer immediately. However, the anarchs of this city may interpret such an action to be a declaration of war. I do not want a war with them. This decision will take some time. I need to confer with the Primogen on this. In the meantime, I've come to a decision on the Ankaran Sarcophagus, and I believe that for the safety of the inhabitants of this city, we need to place the sarcophagus under Camarilla protection until its contents can be confirmed. You're becoming quite indispensable to me.
Sure.
So, out of all my available personnel, I'm going to entrust the retrieval of the sarcophagus to you. It was quietly delivered to the Museum of Natural History a few hours ago.
I'll go at once.
The manifest from the Dane shows there was a small box from the same dig on board, but it was listed as missing. Keep an eye open for it. It may have been overlooked. It's crucial we get the sarcophagus in our possession within the next few hours.
Others have left me a little short on cash, man.
Yes, of course. Here. I can't have one of my representatives running around ill-equipped for their task.
That should permit me to more quickly bring the sarcophagus to you.
Here are the keys to the front door of the museum. The sarcophagus should be in an examination room of some sort. There's a small security staff on site, but I don't want a massacre. Mortals are just as easy to deceive as they are to kill. One or two... My history with that witch hunters. A blood hunt. There is a degree...
Okay.
Themed program we're filming around downtown Los Angeles, according to the show's producer. But friends and family of the crew started to worry when they failed to return from a night of shooting. No trace has been found yet of the haunted LA team, and rumors by the show's fans speculate the crew met a supernatural end, though police disagree and have started a sweep of the areas where the crew was filming. A massive gelatinous...
Finally, you're back. I thought maybe something happened to you. I shouldn't even think such a thing. I mean, if you disappeared, how could I go on? gone. But you're here now. I'm so glad when you're near me.
Though marine biologists that have examined the monster have commented that
Now my pet here takes in
cephalopod family before.
take it internally and forever yours.
A tourist bus destined for the ancient city of Angkor Wat
Feeling.
was found this morning. Though without any trace of its
It's
operator,
love.
Cambodian officials have
Oh, all I can feel is love for you.
There's a little thing called too much information.
Amusing. I'd rather show your love with gifts.
I almost forgot. I got a college loan check today. Here, I want you to take some of the money.
Struck again, this time in downtown Los
Thanks. Use some new clothes.
I'll try to get more, you know, when I can.
Recently released for good behavior, was found butchered. Similarly to
Good. See you later.
the serial killer.
What happened to your
Police believe
clothes?
there may be
Anything for you.
Milton's prison past and the slasher. We'll have a full report on this story.
Are you very parents?
For an LA
Parents?
sewer worker is beginning to look grim as police and family end their seventh night looking for Luis Salvador after he failed to return home last Friday. Salvador was last seen entering a
How about the chair?
Hollywood
We don't like
to
the
carry
chairs
out a
over
routine
here.
inspection. Salvador's family is
Yeah,
hopeful that the
better.
husband and father of three will return safely and urge anyone who might have seen Salvador to contact the police. Simon Milligan, host of local cable show Haunted LA, and his crew are reported missing tonight.
Okay, well, good
team
luck
of
in the next
popular
election,
supernatural-themed
Apologies
program
to
were
all you
filming
millennials
around
out there,
downtown
but
Los
this girl's got
Angeles,
something
according to
she's
the
got
show's
to take
producer.
care of.
Sacrifice.
But
I'm
friends
sure
and
you
family of the
sacrifice
crew
for
started to
Jane.
worry when they failed to return from a night of shooting. No traces
Bill's
been
here.
found yet
Gotta
of the
run.
haunted LA
Great
team,
breakfast,
and
honey.
members by the show's fans speculate the crew might be supernatural end. Though police disagree and have started a sweep of the areas where the crew was filming. Police are now confirming that they suspect foul play in the disappearance of the Elizabeth Dane's crew. There is evidence that suggests the crew or several members of the crew were slain, though no names are being released at the moment.
Listen, kid, you did what you had to do. Just a messenger, right? I hear Nine's got word. I'd wager he's gonna be laying low for a while. Yeah, sure, but there's packs of youngsters out there who'd love to make a name by bringing in the head of Nines Rodriguez. You're just eager to please, ain't you? I could give a goddamn kid, but I'm sure the boys here would appreciate it if you kept the business as usual. You hear me?
You measly fuck. You got a lot of nerve showing up here, Lick. You fingered Nines. Said he killed a goddamn premature. I'm willing to believe you were a patsy in all this, but I'll be watching you, kid. Don't expect to see...
Heard anything?
Nope.
Stop right there.
Fuck. Nope. Really?
Hey, hold!
Look, yeah, it's a broken window. Collie's not there. Go now. There's nothing here for you. That's death. The fuck? Let's go!
I can't understand why someone would go through the trouble of stealing a box with a very ancient corpse. This city's not that dull.
It's fun. Becky, what are you doing here?
I'm an archaeologist, so I thought I'd indulge in a quick study of this Ankaran Sarcophagus everyone's so riled up about. My guess, from what I've read about it, is that it's a mummified Mesopotamian king. I needed confirmation.
Did you examine it all?
Oh, I really wish I had. All this speculation about the sarcophagus containing an antediluvian and being a portent of Gehenna is making me cringe. These are the kinds of ridiculous, superstitious assumptions I came here to debunk.
Antediluvians.
No one I know has ever met one. But each of the clans and their bloodlines supposedly trace their origin to an original vampire, an antediluvian. Some swear these grandsires still exist into the present. But then, kindred and kind believe a lot of strange things.
And Gehenna?
Armageddon, doomsday, the end of all kindred. It's a common facet of most mythologies. Fear that the world will end. Many believe Cain and the antediluvians will return to consume or destroy all kindred. I wholeheartedly disagree.
Cain?
Cain is the biblical first kindred and founder of the mythological first city, Enoch, a place where kindred and kind coexisted. I believe Cain's a figure concocted to personify the transition from nomadic society to agrarian society. That myth, like most, has been twisted by time.
Can you tell me more about Thin Blood?
Thin Bloods rarely exhibit features or powers of their clan, and many can't embrace. Some are even rumored to have reproduced. Many kindred are terrified that their weak blood heralds the dissipation of every bloodline. Somewhat of an ignorant reactionary response, don't you think?
Why don't you believe in Gehenna?
As I said, many cultures have the fear of some form of apocalypse. Kindred believed in these stories when they were human, and naturally carried them over into kindred myth. But it doesn't take a supernatural act to cause widespread destruction. Humans and kindred are just as capable of managing their own destruction as a deity. A self-realized Gehenna warrants more vigilance than a god-induced one, don't you agree? Such is my argument, which so frequently falls on deaf ears.
Any other sign of Gehenna?
What prophecy doesn't have vague apocryphal signs? Let's see. The usual ones cited are the appearance of thin bloods, Cain sightings, doom, gloom, that route.
This is all fashion stuff. How long have you been studying this king lore?
Oh, don't let me interrupt your progress. If indeed you've made some. My reason for being here is probably being bid on as we speak. Someone is certainly going to be surprised when they find out they've just paid a kingly sum for a desiccated old corpse.
You have a good to stop meeting like this, Beckett. It's suspicious.
I'm in downtown Los Angeles. The body of Sean Milton, a former convict that was recently released for good behavior, was found butchered, similarly to the other victims of the serial killer. Police believe there may be a connection between Milton's prison past and the slasher.
You're back. I went out this evening and I met someone and he wouldn't leave me alone, so he came back here with me and, well, I thought you might want to drink his blood.
Well, come on, fine dinner waiting. Thank you, my pet.
I'm just glad you're pleased. He's in the bathroom. Don't worry, I locked him in.
I'll go help myself.
They're listening to this. Reported missing tonight. The team of the popular supernatural-themed program were filming around downtown Los Angeles, according to the show's producer. But friends and family of the crew started to worry.
Oh, I need to look. Hi.
What the hell is this shit? Let me out, goddammit! I'll kill that crazy bitch!
Look, my sister's a little nuts.
You know,
I'll
they voluntarily
let you
eat
go if you
insects and
forget about this.
Psycho bitch brought me here, hit me in the head, and locked me up. What the fuck? I mean, who the fuck does that?
Right?
I sleep at work.
And what exactly do you do?
I'm a middle school teacher.
That would explain why my nephew invested
She's
that
sorry,
$20
actually, I wear a therapeutic fur.
Therapeutic? As soon as I get out of here, I'm calling the goddamn cops. Let's see what they think of this, huh? I'll have them lock up both your asses.
Caller, what do you do for a living?
Maybe I can use a drink. Yeah, I could use a
Okay,
drink.
and
What the hell does that mean?
Roger.
Wait, why are you looking at me like that?
So, have you
Hey.
written any movies I might
Come
expect?
here, I've got a secret to tell you.
Actually haven't finished any screenplays yet.
I see. So, have you done any other kinds of writing?
Well, just some outlines right now, but I've got some really good ideas for some stories that are crawling around in the old noggin.
So, if you haven't really written anything, how can you call yourself a writer? Because I once fixed my
and
toilet.
lessen children's interest in the taboo-themed games. Religious tourists have been
Master?
flocking in droves to
I
the
fed on
Santa
him,
Maria
but
Church in
let him
Santiago,
live.
Spain,
Get him
after
out
several
long as
pilgrims claimed to have
Francis
seen
lasting.
statues of the Madonna begin crying blood.
I promise
The
it'll be
site
done by
dates
the
back
time
to
you
the
get
period
back.
of the Romans and has several
Good,
reported
Heather.
weeping virgin sightings throughout its history.
Goodbye.
One pilgrim reported that they witnessed blood coming from no less than 6 statues at around sunset,
Okay.
and that the courtyard.
Oh, excuse me, starting to doze off there. Oh, I need to get a guard animal of some sort to alert me when folks come in. Maybe one of them chimps like on that show Ape Detective? Oh, that monkey
Sure,
always
go
gets
for
his
it.
man. What? Oh, yeah, Mr. LaCroix's expecting you. For a young guy, he sure likes to work late. Me, I spent most of my youth in the entertainment industry. Yeah, I guarded the sets for over 6 top 10 TV shows.
She pissed at me.
The folly of leadership is knowing that no matter what you do, behind your back there's hundreds, certain that their own solution is the sounder one, and that your decision was the byproduct of a whimsical dart toss. I pronounce the blast sentence, and I soak the critical fallout. I make the decisions no one else will. Leadership. I wear the albatross and a bullseye.
You respect everyone in the city for your leadership.
I've had my fill of sycophants. I need adjutants I can trust.
Everyone respects and knows what's all about.
The blood hunt on Nines Rodriguez for the murder of Alistair Grout will be called. Rodriguez's execution is only a matter of time. I have lit the fuse. If a war ignites, it's my head they will sharpen the pikes for. At least I can rest easy in knowing that you, my most promising attendant, has relieved me of one encumbrance tonight. Do you need assistance bringing the sarcophagus up to my office?
It was stolen.
Stolen?
Stolen? How? Who would...
Oh, Gary. Gary, you treasonous maggot. I should have anticipated your treachery, sewer rat.
Mind telling me just who the hell is Gary?
The Nosferatu Primogen. The Nosferatu were responsible for finding out where the sarcophagus was taken after the Dane, and for getting keys to the museum. They were the only ones who knew. It's obvious to me now. My mistake.
The Nos?
I want him found. I want him... found. The sarcophagus could be exploited, causing who knows what catastrophe to this city. If it were to fall into the wrong hands...
I'll find Gary in the sarcophagus.
The Nosferatu lurk in the filth below the streets of Hollywood, but not even I know just where they hide. Hollywood is, unfortunately, lacking in any Camarilla loyalties. Hollywood's baron is an anarch named Isaac. Isaac's more civil than the anarchs downtown, but nonetheless he wears his mistrust of me on his sleeve. He may know how to contact the Nosferatu. Find Gary and get him to talk. That sarcophagus could be used against us. Do not come back until you have it. Now, I must announce the blood hunt and bear the brunt of all consequences. Escort him out.
Thanks.